Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over our September 2019 budget. So I'm going to be walking you through all of the income that we plan to bring in this month and how we plan to either spend or save every dollar that we bring in. But before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new and not yet subscribed. Here on my channel we talk all about budgeting and budgeting tips to help you win with money. And I also want to let you guys know if you are interested in getting the budget template that I am using, it's actually one that you can get for $5 on my Etsy shop, so I will have a link in the description box down below so you can check that out and pick up this budget template if you're interested. So with that, let's get into the September budget because you guys, it's an exciting one. So if you've been following along with my channel for the last couple weeks, then you know that Jacob and I actually bought a house, and so September is when we are officially closing on the house. Fingers crossed everything goes well, so that's what we're going to be planning for today. So some exciting things happening in our financial lives, and so here's how all of our income and expenses are going to reflect everything that we have going on with our house. So the first section that I have in our budget is our income section, and this is the screen section at the top. I have Jacob's income and my income individually blocked out just for privacy, but I do show you our side hustle income, and this is my business of The Budgeting Wife here on YouTube, and I do everything with YouTube and my blog and a whole bunch of other things. So I plan to bring home $2,070 this month from my business. And so I have down here where I plan to allocate that. So I plan to bring in $1,000 from YouTube ad revenue. So thank you guys so much for watching my videos and watching those ads. It's a huge help in supporting my channel. And then I plan to bring in $1,120 in freelance work. And then I plan to bring in $350 in Etsy sales. So thank you guys for supporting my channel by picking up a budget template. I hope that those have been helpful for you guys, and I'm very grateful for your support in that way. So total income for my business, I plan to bring in $2,470, and I plan to have $200 worth of business expenses, and I plan to put $200 into business savings. So that will be a grand total of $2,070 that I will be taking home after these expenses. So as you can see here, my ending balance for my business savings is going to be a little over $1,000, and it's an exciting month because it's actually time for FinCon. FinCon is the first week of September. It's a financial media event. I went to it last year and it was seriously amazing, and so I'm really excited to go again this year. So the money that I've been saving here is going to go towards FinCon. I just need to pay for the remainder of the days for the hotel and then for food. I've already paid for the flight and my ticket and all that kind of stuff, so that will just be basically covering hotel and food for Jacob and myself when we are attending the conference, and we are really excited about it in Washington D.C. So that is what I have saved, and that's where all of those expenses will be coming from when they do occur. So up here, my total income, we plan to bring in $7,170 this month. And this is a little bit higher because I'm bringing home more for my business. And we also had a little bit of an increase in our day job income as well, which is fantastic. So these first section that I have here is normal expenses, and I have these first 3 line items blocked off, but these are all giving things that Jacob and I give to. So Jacob and I are Christians, and we believe in tithing, giving to our church and other organizations. So that is what we do and what we have first in our budget, but I just have it blocked out for privacy. But next we have rent, and that is $1,455. Our lease ends in October, so we just have to pay through October's rent, and then we are done paying rent. Our mortgage doesn't start until November, so we won't ever have an overlap with rent and mortgage, which is great. But I do plan that we'll be out of our apartment sometime in October while we are getting everything moved over from our apartment to our new house. We do close in September, but we will have a little bit of time there to be able to paint and, kind of get things ready before we fully move in, since we do have to have our lease through October. Next is utilities, and this is what we pay our apartment complex. They bill us for water, garbage, sewer, and it'll be around that amount. Next is electric. We've been spending about $50 a month on electric this summer. And then internet is always $39.99. Phones, this is Jacob's and my cell phone, which is $108. We are both still on our parents' plan, so we pay our parents individually. And then car insurance, we plan for that to be $168.67. Groceries is always $250, and eating out we still have budgeted at $75 as per usual. Gas, we plan to spend $150, which is just about usually what we spend each month, which is great. And then I have a Roth IRA that we put $200 a month into. Next is household, and we put $50 a month into household to cover things like toilet paper, paper towels, other random household expenses that may come up. Next, we have $50 for fun. So we'll see what kinds of fun we have in September. I think most of it will be related to moving, so there may not be a whole lot of fun being spent, but that's okay. There's going to be a lot of expenses for moving. And then $100 for miscellaneous. So grand total in all of these expenses is $3,473.58 for normal expenses. And now moving into this bottom section here, which is our savings items. And this is the part of the budget that I love because this is where we are working on our financial goals. And so this first line item that I have here is our emergency fund. So previously we had beefed up our emergency fund to be $10,000, and we had it just sitting, in our savings account. But once we finished our down payment goal for our house, we decided to start putting more towards the emergency fund, not knowing if we'd be putting more towards the emergency fund or towards closing costs, but we were just saving it for either of those. But now that we are under contract for a house, we want to be able to save more for the house first, and then whatever we don't spend, we are going to be putting to the emergency fund. Now I am going to be budgeting a little bit to have things done when we move into the house, like carpet cleaning. There's a little bit of painting to do, but this house is only a few years old, so there's honestly not much to do. But I do know that we may need like a couple pieces of furniture or something, but my plan is to not go rogue. I actually have a budget all listed out of the things that we either want to repair for the house or upgrades that we want to do, and then things that we want to buy. And that we just listed out every single thing that we want to do, but then we've marked what's a priority, what do we really need to get done, and what can honestly wait. And so we're trying to be really responsible in the fact of like, we don't need to be spending a bunch of money getting into this house that's still almost brand new. So we do plan to, we moved all of the money that we are putting to the emergency fund, the extra that we've been putting to over the $10,000, we moved that back to our house down payment goal to cover down payment, closing costs, and those house moving extras, carpet cleaning, window cleaning, those sorts of things. So we are not going to be putting anything else to the emergency fund right now. But the next line item that I have is Jacob's. So Jacob gets $100 each month for personal spending money, and we keep it down in a sinking fund because we like being able to have the option to either save that money or spend it that month. And so Jacob gets $100 and I get $100, and that is the money that we can do whatever we want with. We don't need to ask each other for permission or anything like that. We can just spend it however we'd like. Next is our extra giving fund, and this is something that Jacob and I started when we were still in debt. Even though we had to say no to a lot of things, we wanted to still be able to say yes to giving opportunities if they came up. So we've loved having this $50 a month extra giving fund where if something comes up, we can, just be able to say yes and give to people whatever that circumstance may be. So we put $50 a month into that. Next, we have vacation. So we normally put $300 a month into vacation, but this month I'm putting $115.82. And that is not very much. But the reason being that we are just trying to get everything done with our house right now, and then we'll see where we're at with vacation. We honestly don't need to go on vacation. That's just a fun thing. So we're trying to figure out that balance between the house and, what we want to do for vacation. So I was a little bit negative in the vacation fund, so I'm adding a little bit extra to it so that we won't be negative, and that'll just be cleared out to zero, and then we'll see where we're at going forward. We do have, though, 2 airline tickets sitting waiting for us to use between now and end of next year, so we do need to use those up, but I'm sure we can find something that we'll want to do that will still be affordable. Okay, and then the next line item that we have is Christmas. So we save $20 a month into a Christmas fund, and this way when Christmas rolls around in December, we have all the money set aside and we don't need to worry about it just ruining our December budget because we've been saving for it every month. And then car maintenance. We've been putting $75 a month into a car maintenance fund. I do need new tires soon, so that is probably what this will be used for very shortly. But we actually did have to dip into this fund in, I think it was August then, maybe it was July. But we had like a little car maintenance emergency, and so we had the money sitting there and just got to take care of it, which is great. And then we have the wedding fund. Jacob is in a wedding in September. He's a groomsman in the wedding, and so we've been saving money ever since he got asked to be a groomsman for groomsmen clothing and bachelor party and all those costs associated with being a groomsman in a wedding. So this is the last month that we'll be saving money for the wedding, and then we'll be done. So we've been pretty much on track with the spending, so I think we're going to be good to go. We've been saving $50 a month between May through September. So that should be good. And then lastly, the big thing where everything else is going in our budget is to our house savings, which this month is $3,185.60. So that is a great month for our house savings. I know that our rent right now is only $14.55, so we are able to put a lot to our financial goals that we're working on and beefing up that house savings goal. As you can see, we put 44% of our total household income to the house goal this month. So I know that we are just trying to enjoy all the time that we can while we are able to save so much. While when we do have a house, our mortgage payment is going to be more like $2,500 for all of the, principal and interest, PMI, taxes and insurance and the HOA. All of those things will come out to be $2,500. So, $1,000 a month more than what we are spending now. So that means that we are still going to be able to save and save pretty well, but just not to the rate that we have been right now because we've been living so far below our means. So I'm enjoying every last month that we get to really put huge chunks away to savings. But that is a look at our September budget. As you see at the bottom here, it has a zero balance, which means that it's a zero-based budget. All of our income equals all of the expenses or our savings total. And so our budget is complete and we are ready for September. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos, and leave me a comment down below and let me know how your September budget is looking, and let me know what kinds of videos you're wanting to see about our house finances, what you're wanting to see for the breakdown. I'd love to be able to share that if you guys are interested. And I will look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye.